Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're jumping down into the world of XRP, taking a look at what's been going on most recently with the price action and what I think is likely to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications and you will not miss another video update. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, guys, check it out, linked in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. In this video, I am going to be using Elliott wave theory. As you can kind of see here on the chart, it's a lot of ABC structures, 1 through 5 structures, etc. If any of this is alien to you, then check out 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗂𝗏, linked in the description below. We're running 50% off the Elliott wave theory course, and you'll get a better understanding of these videos that we do on YouTube and the TA that we do down in Discord. So if you haven't already checked it out, linked in the description down below. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏. Okay, let's make a start. XRP paired up with USDT on the hourly chart, and Binance is our data source. And as you can kind of see here, the larger A, B, C structure looks like it's completed, which is fantastic news. It did come down a little bit lower than expected. We were first talking about 31.26 just in here. And check a look at this wick, it's quite interesting. This comes down to 30-cent flat on Binance, right? But this low that we were expecting was 31.26 to 32.72. And obviously we've come down just that fraction lower, hit 30 cent, and then this wick, you can see the size of it. It's literally from the low right up to the high, and it's continued rallying to the upside. Super interesting kind of stuff. Then, of course, we can see up here that we kind of moved up a fraction, and we have crossed higher than we were previously. So, in a nutshell, this is a completed ABC structure, okay? And we can now map in our 5-wave structures inside here, the internal ones, a little bit more accurately, because that obviously that wick right there is an extreme. You don't normally see them like this, but it's an extreme variation. So we can see in here. Let me find where we are looking, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming in here, and then this kind of move. This is interesting. I think this is. Yeah, it's really actually quite an interesting structure, but I do think we are complete. So I'm going to mark this up right in here like this. Okay, it's an overextended 5-wave or 5th wave structure, and basically completes our ABC structure. So to simplify everything, I can go ahead and remove the 53535 or the 5-wave structure from the upper end here, and I can remove this and just leave in place our A, B, and C structure. Okay, so we're done here. This is a good piece of this is fantastic news, because it does mean that we can now start thinking about what happens next. Now, I do think that we were 335 coming down here, or basically a corrective structure coming in here anyway. So ultimately, with the zigzag here, I think this marks this as a reasonable area to kind of mark it as completed. Now we can start thinking about what happens next. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this. We'll remove the fib because we don't need that anymore. You can see that we got rejected right here on our 200 EMA on the hourly chart. But we got to bear in mind that from this low point down here, all the way to this high up here, we've moved 15%. Okay, so we moved 15% within just a few hours here for XRP. That's the kind of the amount of buying that was occurring on this low point. Getting rejected from our 200 EMA here, yeah, it could be short-lived. I do think it will be short-lived. I think we're going to have some kind of corrective structure and then another move to the upside. So essentially, if I bring this up, if we do kind of remain with this high point being our rejection, this being 34.60, then I'm expecting a 50% retracement right here, about 32%. Or 32 cent approximately. I would expect 50% because B waves are so unpredictable that it becomes a little bit difficult to be knowing exactly what's going to happen. We say 50% because it's a slap bang in the middle of what most structures are going to be looking to do. And B waves, when they are so unpredictable, you know, it gets really, really tough. So we say 50%, and we'll see how the structure goes. It might be more, it might be less, but it gives us a bit of an idea at this point in time. 32.2, and then of course we can move on up. So if we do see a 50% retracement from where we are, then we should start to think about moving up towards the 37.17 cent area for XRP. So for the most part, it looks like we're going to have to come up to this little yellow box area here. And this is another area that was previously demand on this side, and it became supply most recently. If I can grab hold of the word there. Yeah, so it was demand over this side. okay? And over here, it will be supply. Okay, so supply zone will be right in here. So I do think that we are likely to see this as our area of rejection. We were rejected up here. Okay, and this here will basically find this area as also as a rejection area, but only briefly, because I do think that we're starting to see a bit of a nested structure. So I would expect us to kind of come up, down, then break through it like that. But it'll take time. It's not something you go straight through. I mean, it could, but it's unlikely. I think this is where the sellers will buy. They buy down here, they'll sell up here, they'll buy back down here, which will be another area of previous resistance turned into support. That would be approximately 34.62, the current area that we're getting rejected from. And you can kind of see how these things kind of work. So ultimately, everything on XRP here looks okay. From our momentum indicator, we've got plenty of room on our 1 hour, so we could see a little bit of a push higher if we need to right now, before correcting down. On the 4-hour chart, we've got loads of progression to the upside. It's barely started yet, which is good to see. Same with the 8-hour. 12 hours in a really good spot, the 16 hours in a good spot, the 20 hours in a good spot. And the daily has corrected down quite nicely. So we could actually see this thing reversing back up again and doing reasonably well. The weekly chart is in the oversold territory, so can bounce down out of here as well. So ultimately, I do think XRP's had its local bottom for a little while. And we can now start to think about some kind of corrective structure to the upside. And, you know, eventually we might actually have to reach this higher area in the 40s, which is our major supply zone. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Yeah, so ultimately I think XRP is doing really well. I had a buy order at 30 cents. I'm not sure if it would have got filled though with that wick just there. So we'll see if that's the case. I'll let everyone know in Discord if I did get that order filled. Other than that, guys, I will leave this video there. Nice brief technical analysis. There isn't terribly too much more to talk about right now. We obviously have completed our structure to the downside. We're looking to move on up. So right now we're just going to have to kind of see if we do or are able to kind of push past our current resistance or pull back to 32.2 and then rally back up again. If you found it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and don't forget to join us down in Discord, linked in the description down below. Guys, until the next one, have a fantastic day.